It was 1976 and Steve Jobs, barefoot and dressed in his signature simplicity, stood in a cluttered garage in Los Altos, California. Beside him, his friend and fellow tech enthusiast, Steve Wozniak, hunched over a homemade circuit board. The faint hum of electronics filled the air, mixing with the scent of solder and dreams. Jobs wasn't an engineer like Wozniak, but he had something else, a vision. He could see what the world could not yet imagine. He didn't just want to build computers. He wanted to revolutionize how people interacted with technology. For Steve, it was never about the machine, it was about people, creativity, and changing the world. That same year, Apple was born. From that garage, they developed the Apple I, a simple computer that would spark the beginning of something extraordinary. But Jobs wasn't satisfied. He pushed for more sleeker designs, better user interfaces, more power in the hands of ordinary people. His passion and intensity often overwhelmed those around him. Many thought he was difficult, even impossible to work with, but his vision was magnetic. He saw the future and he couldn't wait to make it real. As Apple grew, so did Jobs. The Macintosh, launched in 1984, was his masterpiece. It was revolutionary, a computer with a graphical user interface built for creatives and everyday users. But success came with struggles. His perfectionism and relentless drive clashed with Apple's growing corporate culture. By 1985, the unthinkable happened. Steve Jobs was forced out of the company he had founded. In exile, Jobs didn't stop. He founded Next, a company focused on creating powerful workstations for the education market. Next didn't achieve commercial success, but it laid the technological foundation for the future. During this time, Jobs also acquired a small animation studio called Pixar. Under his guidance, Pixar transformed into a storytelling powerhouse, creating Toy Story, the world's first fully computer-animated film, and revolutionizing the movie industry. Meanwhile, back at Apple, things were falling apart. Innovation had slowed and the company was losing money. By the mid-90s, it was on the verge of collapse. In 1997, Apple brought Steve Jobs back to save the company, and with him, a spark of hope returned. Jobs' return was nothing short of a rebirth. With a renewed sense of purpose, he launched products that would define the modern era. The iMac in 1998, the iPod in 2001, and then the iPhone in 2007. The iPhone, in particular, changed everything, ushering in the era of smartphones and forever altering how people communicated, worked, and lived. By the end of his life, Steve Jobs had not just revolutionized one industry but several: computing, music, phones, and entertainment. His genius was in his ability to marry technology with artistry to create products that were not only functional but beautiful. In 2011, as Jobs' health declined from his battle with cancer, he stepped down as CEO of Apple, but by then, his legacy was sealed. He had built one of the most valuable companies in the world, not through technical brilliance alone, but through an unyielding belief in the power of innovation. Before his death, Steve famously said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do," and he was right. Steve Jobs had changed the world not just with products, but with his relentless pursuit of a vision no one else could see.